is just consistent from shot to shot. No wonder the ball goes in, right?
Yeah.
But also what is consistent is your arc. Is your trajectory is pretty darn consistent. I don't see it too high, too low. You give the ball a chance to go in. Now, a question. How do you control that trajectory? Have you thought about that, or is that something that's on automatic?
For me, it's on automatic. I mean, there's definitely at points and shots that I take where I might, as I go up to shoot, I might say to myself, all right, I need a little bit more arc. And, you know, a perfect example of that is if you drive the lane, you jump stop in the middle of the lane, you're going to shoot a short 7-foot jump shot. You want to put a little bit of arc on that and have it soft so it can roll right in if there's, you know, any miss, or if there's a big guy underneath, you want to put a little bit more arc on it. But generally speaking, when you're shooting, you know, from the perimeter, your arc and your trajectory of the ball is something that's developed through habitual repetition, and that's something that I developed at a young age and kind of just carried through the rest of my career.
How to increase distance on your shot.
I've always thought that the best shooters and the best shots are one piece, totally coordinated from the feet up to the finished shot.
Right.
Okay? Because I think that's where you get the power to shoot from this distance comfortably. But I wanted to hear it from you because you've got some serious in the gym range.
Yeah.
And everyone, I'm sure, wants to know how you develop that kind of range on your shot where you're not struggling to get it there, you're just stroking it. It looks as relaxed out there at the timeline, the old timeline, as it does right in here.
Yeah. Again, repetition is a big thing. I mean, if you look at my body, I'm not overly muscular, so it's definitely not, you know, my strength that helps me get the ball there. I think a big thing for me is my legs. I have very strong legs, and I shoot a jump shot. I don't shoot a set shot, so a lot of my power in my shot comes from my legs and comes from the explosion of elevating to shoot the ball. It's funny because you know, when I was a kid, 3-point line, so I didn't know, you know, what was 19 feet 9 inches for a college student. I didn't know any of that, so I would just start shooting the ball, and I'd work my way out, keep shooting it, and eventually it got to the point as I got older where, hey, I'm going to shoot from the cars. And then it got to the point where I'm going to shoot from the yard, you know, that's next to the court. And then I got to the point where I was like, I'm going to shoot from the bushes. And some, you know, as I got older, it just developed, and eventually I was launching 40-footers with ease.
Right. But the key there is where you started and worked your way out. Because, JJ, I think we do the young players a disservice when we slap a line on the floor. Because the first thing they do is run out to shoot behind the line, and it kills their shot development.
No,
they're not building that timing that you have with your feet and hands.
Right. No, you bring up a great point, and even with me, I consider myself to be, you know, one of the best shooters around, and I'm a professional now. But even when I do a workout, my first 50 makes are all within 5 feet of the basket. I get somebody to rebound for me, and it's just quick, back and forth. 2 balls, I shoot it, get it again, shoot it, and I make 50 shots within about, you know, 5 to 7 feet, just to get my form going, my repetition, my wrist following through, to bring back all those habits that I may have lost in the 24 hours or 3 days, however long it's been since I've been in the gym. And then I start shooting shots, and I work my way from 15 feet to the college 3, then to NBA 3, and then past the NBA 3. There's definitely a progression that every player, when they come in the gym, they need to take. They need to start in close and then work their way out.
So hard to get young players, or any player who's trying to develop a shot. You know, they immediately want to come out here, and that idea of grooving.
Yeah, it's
grooving your
finding your groove and you know, finding a way to get in the zone. And just for me, visually, seeing the ball go in the basket from 5 feet makes it easier to shoot from 23 feet. Because I've already seen it go in. I know what it looks like in my head. You know, the mind is a powerful thing. I've
always said that great shooters and great players, anyway, it doesn't matter whether it's just a great player or a great shooter, have a great imagination. You know, they can visually picture either the move or, in your case, the shot going in before it ever even as the shot motion is going up. They have a great mental picture.
I feel like a lot of times when I shoot the ball, you know, I already know if it's going in. Even as I go up, I'm saying to myself, oh, it's going to go in a little bit to the left of the net, or that's going to be a pure swoosh. You know, I can imagine all those things based on how my body feels, so my mind and body are connected.
Finishing the shot, the follow-through.
JJ, a moment ago you were talking about the arc on your ball, it being consistent just from the overtraining that you do. But I'm also curious about where your hands finish. Are you conscious of a consistent place that your hands finish? Because I feel like that controls the arc.
Oh, no question. Hold this ball for 1 second. For me, you know, generally when I'm shooting it well and shooting a high percentage, even in, you know, whether a workout or in a game, my finish is dead on. I mean, my wrist is, you know, perfectly straight. My guide hand is perfectly straight. That's when I know I'm shooting it well. And sometimes I'll notice, you know, whether it's a workout or a game, sometimes I notice during games, you know, I might be falling through out to the side, or my guide hand might be a little loose, which means it might be putting a little bit more friction on the ball as I release it. And I'm conscious of all those things. I'm thinking about all those things. And you said the exact word that I'm thinking about is consistency. I want to be consistent in every motion.